Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about going on placement and how to cope in your new environment. So background first, my course is a sandwich course, which means I get to take a year out to go on a placement, so I get to work in any part of my field, so work somewhere that is related to what I'm studying. So I am currently outside of the UK in a research lab, so I'll be documenting my journey throughout this 1 year, because I'm here for 1 year, just gaining experience in what it's like to work in an organic chemistry, research environment, and also I get to understand the work field better and how people work in the chemistry field. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it and want to see more of my journey. Firstly, I'm going to say to you guys, before you choose a placement, it's very important for you to pray about it and see if it's what God wants you to do or go for, because you do get the option. It's not like when you get to your 3rd year you have to go on a placement. You can decide if you want to go or if you want to continue your study and finish your degree. For me, I wanted to go on placement, and I wanted to understand, because it does give you an edge over those who come out with their degree, because then you have an experience on your CV. You're able to write, I have an experience in working with this, I have an experience in working with that. So it's not just I have my degree, but you have an experience. Even if you come out with a 2-1 or a first class, at least you have that experience. And when you do decide to, go into the workforce, at least sort of what you want to do. Secondly, what you need to consider is the finance. So it's all good, you want to go on a placement, but how are you going to finance yourself? For example, if the placement is going to pay you a salary, that's great. You're getting an income every month. But if you're going to work in a research lab, hardly would you get a research that pays, because most research labs are being funded, so your employer probably doesn't have enough to pay you monthly. So you need to think about that and create a budget. Once you know your finance, you need to create a budget. For me, I created a budget with my friend, so I'm sort of accountable. So when I do want to spend extra, I get an opinion from a second person who already knows my budget and will sort of tell me, do you really need that? I'm basically keeping myself on a budget, and it's very different. You're working now, you're an adult, and you are living the adult life. So you sort of, even though you're at uni, sometimes you pay your bills every 3 months, your rent and your bills included. But when you're in the real world, it doesn't work like that. So now you're sort of experiencing what it's like to live away from home and also live independently. So a budget is a must. Upon arrival, your adrenaline is so high. It's probably like at the highest, like it's this high. Like when I went for my orientation, this lady was telling us, majority of people when they first come, they're really, up for everything, want to do everything, and then it starts to drop. And it is true, like when you're going somewhere new, you want to explore, but in actual fact, you need to act like, the locals, people that live there, they know the ins and outs of the city. But as a tourist, you just spend and do whatever you want. But you're here for 1 year, or you're there for 1 year, so you have to think like the locals think, basically. For some of you might still be staying in, your respective countries, which means everything. You don't have to feel like you're away from home or anything like that. But if you're going abroad for your placement, these are the things you have to consider. Now, house hunting is something that can be really, really, really stressful. I say this because I experienced it, internationally. House hunting is very stressful. When you're in the area, it's easier for you to go view the apartment, but when you're trying to find an apartment on the internet, internationally, it's hard, and people can scam you, so you have to be aware of that. And I only got scammed like twice, so you need to be careful with how something. It's best if you can call the people or Skype them so you can see what you're trying to get and also see the people you're dealing with. So when you get here, say for example you got an apartment that's not furnished, you need to put that into consideration. How are you going to get your furnitures? Are you going to Uber? Are you going to get people to help you? Are you going to do online shopping? All of that you need to put into consideration, and they can potentially be stressful for the first few weeks. Although your adrenaline is up, you still kind of feel the stress afterwards. Now, phone issues are the worst. For example, I feel like in the States, you can hardly get pay-as-you-go, like SIMs. Most of the network are pay monthly, and for me it doesn't work because I don't really call people in the States, so I don't really need all that minutes. I want something that's beneficial internationally. So I want either data. So if you have data, you can either connect with people via Facebook, WhatsApp, all the social media platforms that you can use. So for me, data is more important than minutes technically. So, and then just generally getting used to the place. The first few weeks you're probably going to be like touristy, going to all these nice places, viewing the area, but take your time because like I said, you're here, or I don't know, depending on how long your placement is. For me, I'm going to be where I am for 1 year, so I have enough time to explore and tour, and winter's coming, so those tourism stuff would wait till the summertime. So get used to your area, find the local deals. Now I'm going to talk more about the workplace. Enjoy your working environment. Like, I love my working environment because I feel everyone's really friendly, everyone's really cool, and it's such a nice vibe. So you need to be in love with where you're working so you can get the best out of your time wherever you are. To work, for me, I'm always excited to go to work every day. Like, yes, we're gonna do some more like experiments and stuff like that, so it's very exciting. If you're happy, then most likely your environment is going to also feed in that vibe. Plan your week ahead. So now, working as an adult is so different to when you're at uni. At uni, it's good to also plan your week ahead, but now it's very essential for you to understand when to take breaks, when to do work in time so you can get work with enough speed basically. And now you're accountable for where you're working, what you're doing, so you need to plan your week ahead. Also, planning helps you to not feel so stressed out, which I have been feeling, because I do have assignments that I'm working with from my uni, so I do sometimes feel like, okay, I work 9 to 5, I have to get back home and do some more work. So if you plan your week ahead, it makes you not feel so stressed and not feel so overwhelmed with your workload, so you work at a good enough pace for whatever deadline or whatever thing you're trying to meet. So after the adrenaline stopped, it hit me that I have work to do, and now I'm no longer feeling that, oh, I'm new to the area kind of thing, I'm on holiday. No, you're not on holiday, you're here to work. And then the most exciting part of going to work for me was making my own lunch. I mean, I was so excited the first week especially, because it meant I was planning ahead, and also I didn't have to spend so much money on buying lunch outside, because it's kind of expensive out here, especially trying to get lunch every day. So you don't really want to do that. It's best, I feel, to make your own lunch and plan your meals around what you buy and what you buy in the supermarket. For example, if you bought broccoli, you would plan your meals around the broccoli. So you would make stir fry, egg fried rice, you know, something that incorporates what you've actually bought, and you're not just buying and wasting food. You being here on a placement is also to network. That's the one thing that I've learned so far while on my placement, is networking. Networking is key. You being out here is to find out other things about people and what they do, their research, ways you can, you know, make an impact in your field, and see what you really like and what you don't like. And at the end of the day, it's a year out where you build a relationship with your boss, you build a relationship with the people you're working with, and in the future you never know what can happen if you guys are going to collaborate, or when you need help or something, you know, you can reach out to these people. So it's very important to have fun while you're here. That brings me to the end of, you know, going on placement. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave them down below. I will try and answer them as much as possible, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. So I'm eating more of this because I think it's really good.